everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going back to the age of childhood reading, and not necessarily childhood reading, more like reading that I wish I read as a younger teen, and talking about those books with you guys and sharing my experiences as to why I never really read them at their peak time. And it'll be a really fun video because, as most of you know, I haven't read all of the popular books in this world today. But most importantly, I haven't read some of the most popular ones out there, period. And I wanted to share those with you, but also more series that I haven't shared with you guys yet, that I haven't read. So I'm excited to jump on into it and drink some wine while I chat with you guys. So grab your wine, grab your water, grab your tea or coffee or juice or whatever you have, and let's chat. I feel like this is a very perfect place to have this chat, you know, just nostalgic feelings and bougie vibes with my red wine. I don't know why red wine makes me feel fancy, it just does. I'm currently at this amazing place called Elvetham Hall, and it is this incredible hotel that is built within the confines of an amazing and incredibly historic grand house. It's not a castle, but is a castle, you know, it's as big as a castle. But no queens or kings ever lived here, although they did visit here. Like Queen Elizabeth I, she actually visited here and held a party here, and that party Shakespeare attended, and it inspired Midsummer's Night, so that's really cool. Anyways, some fun facts for you guys, the more you know. And I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Disney Book Group, because they inspired me to make it, because they are currently coming out with the newest book in the Artemis Fowl series, or world I should say, and it's a spin-off called the Fowl Twins, which is reminiscent and based off of Artemis Fowl, which is one of the books series that I hadn't read as a kid, and now that I finally read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck. I love it. And actually the reason why I read it now is because the movie's coming out soon, and I'm like, this is the perfect timing. I want to go into this book to movie adaptation with some knowledge about this world, and boy do I wish I read this when I was younger. Would it have just made me even more so of a magical child if I did? And not even a child, honestly. This book, me reading it today as a 22-year-old, just shows that you don't have to be of the age that it is recommended for to be enjoying and loving and reading a novel. So pretty much the Fowl Twins, which I am so happy I now know a little bit more about them because they are Artemis's twin brothers. And since reading the Artemis Fowl series, I know a little bit more about them, but now we're gonna even know more about them because this is a series all about those two boys. And the thing is that a lot of people that I've talked to about this series and about this world is that it's such a wonderful introduction or reintroduction into the world of Artemis Fowl, because as we know, Artemis Fowl came out quite a while back, not like ages ago, but it was a while ago, and it is a great introduction into the world once more for newer fans like myself, though I did read the original series quite recently within the last year, but also for new fans who want to get into this world not with the older books but with this book, and I think that's incredible. Although everybody should read the original series because it is phenomenal, and they just reprinted it with amazing covers. So I mean, if that's not a reason to buy it, I don't know what is. So I'm just a person that loves fairies, trolls, and all things magical, which is why I loved Artemis Fowl, and I am so excited to be able to offer a giveaway to you guys with the Fowl Twins book. And if you want to enter, let me tell you a little bit of how you can do that, because if you win this giveaway, you also get a sweatshirt. So I mean, that's pretty cool. So ready? These are the rules. All you have to do is go and comment on this video and you'll be entered to win, and I'll be picking the winner randomly via a shuffling app, so I'll be doing that on my Instagram. So if you want to know if you win, you'll be contacted both on YouTube, but also it'll be announced widely on my Instagram page. The giveaway ends in a week, so make sure you go and comment down below within the next week and you'll be entered to win. But even if you don't win, seriously guys, the Artemis Fowl series is incredible, and I wish I read it when I was younger because, wow, I mean, it was incredible for me to read as an adult, but if I was a kid reading it, or at least like a 14, 15, 16-year-old, oh my gosh. I would have had another fandom to follow when I was younger, even though I had so many fandoms. You can always add more on top. So now I'm a part of the fandom, even though I'm 22, not ashamed, and loving it. Okay, so next on the list of books and series, really, that I didn't read as a kid and wish I did was, well, Twilight. The tea. So I was at the prime age for loving Twilight when it was at its peak. I mean, when Twilight came out, it really defined young adult as a genre, and I know people want to crap on it and say like, oh, like Twilight, it's so cringy. I'm like, okay. But the thing is, I read the first book, and yes, it does have its moments, but to be honest, I think the reason that people tend to dislike it is because of the movies. And books and movies are different, even if they're adaptations of one another. So I think that we have to take that into our souls and understand that as it is. And we can still have our opinions if it's cringy or not, because yes, the movie is super cringy. I mean, spider monkeys, guys. That was a scene. We have to appreciate it for what it did for young adult as a genre and made it a thing and made it have its own place at the bookshop. But I really wish that I read Twilight as a younger teenager, mainly because all my friends like have such good feelings and nostalgia about it that I'm like, okay, I'm missing out, and I wish I wasn't, because I waited to read it up until I went to Forks to actually interview Stephenie Meyer to get into the world beyond the movies, and I let other people's opinions kind of drive me away from reading the book, and I wish I didn't, because who knows who I'd be today. Maybe I would be one of those people who think that they're vampires, when obviously I'm not. I'm a wizard. Which brings me to Harry Potter. So Harry Potter is a book series that you guys have been on this journey with me as I've been reading it, and I've been reading it for the past about almost 4 years, maybe. No, 3 years. No, 4 years actually. Oh wow. I started reading it when I was a senior in high school, I believe, and I was binging it. I was binge reading it, and then all of a sudden I was like, no, Sasha, you can't binge read it because then you're going to miss it when it's gone. And if you can drag out your reading time of it a little bit longer to like maybe like 1 year, maybe you can make the magic of reading it for the first time last, which is something that I did. And I still have 2 more books to finish in the series because I haven't read them yet, but mainly because I've been really stubborn and I've been like, I want to read it during the holiday season. So now that the holidays are near, I'm going to be reading the next book, and I'm so excited because I'm now getting introduced finally and immersed into this incredible world that everybody loves and everybody supports and goes to the theme parks of and gets the merchandise of. And I have read a majority of the series, but I'm excited to finally finish it so I can really understand really what a Horcrux is, because everybody knows what it is and I don't. So another series that I haven't read and a lot of people have is the Golden Compass series, and that is a movie but also now a TV show, and it is so funny because I watched the movie and I enjoyed it, but I was enjoying it as a moviegoer, not as a book reader, because I had never read the book before and didn't know the world, so what was in film was all I knew. And also I was watching it as quite a young child. I think I was like maybe 10 or maybe a little bit older than that, I'm not sure, but I was quite young, so anything about magical things and polar bears that talk and girls with white hair, you know, that stuff was just magical to me all in all, so I had no qualms about that. But now that I'm older and look back at other people's reactions about the movie, I'm like, I need to understand why. Maybe you guys can shine some light on that in the comments below. What's really funny is actually majority of these books that I'm talking about have been translated into film or TV adaptations, and I mean, if that doesn't show that there's a huge readership, I don't know what does. And you know, I'm really happy that I've finally gotten a taste of most of these worlds that I didn't read until really recently. And I don't want to have regrets about not reading them when I was younger, because if I had that, then, you know, it would make me sad. But if anything, I am grateful that now that I'm reading them as more of an adult, I can understand their true weight and their true complexity that many young adult books do have, and that you may not notice how complex and how intricate a lot of them are as you're reading it when you're younger, but when you get older and think back to them, you're like, wow, those worlds are so just extraordinary. Let me know down below what are some books that you kind of wish you read when you were younger but you didn't. I would love to know. And make sure you go and comment down below for the giveaway. And thank you once more to Disney Book Group for sponsoring the giveaway and this video. Don't forget to go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My username is @SashaAlsberg. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!